So there's a big difference between a 9 and like a 3.
I don't think it's under par. I think it's in between 5 and 8.
All right. We'll see you. You're gonna be on the shame list,
you're
my
gonna be-
boy.
you're gonna be
on
up
the
on-
shame list.
Okay, January 1, right?
11.
January
What's the
11.
date today?
Okay.
So if we're talking 6 months from now, I think he can do it.
Okay.
The day he beats me though is the day I beat him up.
Look at him over.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
We live with my boy.
Good.
Good to see you. Thank you for meeting me out here. I feel like it was only fitting. Yo, come on through. You all good, man?
Where's the spot to go?
This is it. This is it. We're just about to do a quick lesson, and then we'll be teeing off in like 45 minutes. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to kick it here, and we'll be around the neighborhood, and then we'll be getting going.
45 minutes?
Yeah, people probably start showing up here in like 30-ish,
Okay.
and they'll start to get crowded. But yeah, we tee off about 6:45. Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah.
We'll be right
Sick.
here.
See you in a bit. Yeah, I felt like it was most fitting to get started here since this is where it all began for us. 20 to scratch is a lofty goal. So I figure what we're gonna do to get you started is it's like really important that you look at the golf course the proper way as you play. So today we're not going to do anything in terms of your golf swing. Like I don't expect you to hit it where I'm telling you to hit it, none of that shit. But we're just going to get used to managing where we actually want to hit it, wind conditions, different lies, and just getting a feel for thinking in the same mind frame every time you play, no matter where you're at. We're going to go through the same routine and thought process to think through a shot. We're going to go through the same physical routine before we hit it to line up. We're just going to get used to like the timing of that is like perfect and always the same. Okay. And then we'll get started on your swing next. But we'll just focus on the management, focus on alignment. The most important things that you really want to always factor in when you go out, like rhythm and balance and routine.
Rhythm, balance, and routine.
Those are the most important thing. Like your swing can be trash. You can do so many things bad and be a scratch golfer. Like if your routine is tight and you have good rhythm and balance, like a lot of things just take care of themselves. If you have that, we want to hit it like a tour player. We're gonna have to do a little more, but we'll be able to do this. It's gonna be easy. We're gonna get this. So first things first, we're gonna just tee off right down the first fairway. The first thing I'm gonna kind of explain to you here, because we open up on the street course with a side hill lie, is depending on the amount of loft that you have, this is going to be affected more or less. Okay, so we got 7 irons out, and we got this slight angle of a slope. So if my club face, I'm going to take your club from you. If I'm aimed at you and the club is sitting flat on the ground, this is going to take off at this trajectory right at you. But if we tilt it like our tee box, now if you aim at your target, this is where the ball is going to take off. And the face is pointing left, so it's going to be more apt to draw. So we got to account for that by aiming a little bit more to the right when we have the ball above our feet. The more loft that is on your club, the more severe high and left it goes. The less loft, like if we were hitting 3 irons, this wouldn't have too much of an effect at all. Okay?
Okay.
So we got out of bounds right, hazards left. You've played this hole a million times. We wanna err towards the left side. We're a little downwind. And just let that thing run. Maybe we'll hit it right at that yellow fucking car, whatever that thing is. We'll go right for that and go from there.
So then we're just getting down.
Yep, we got
sort of like management of how to approach the shot. So
yeah.
Obviously, like you were explaining, so aim a little right of my target and just try to hit the middle.
Yeah, so basically if you aimed this right down the center of the fairway or right down the center of the road, this ball would take off at that yellow whip, which is where we kind of want this ball to err towards anyways. So we'll just aim it right down the middle.
Okay.
As far as alignment goes, we always need to make sure that you're standing far enough back and wherever we're trying to hit. So if we're trying to hit at that manhole, right, that car just drove over, you got to get the ball directly between you and that, dead centered. Okay, so that way when you're looking, you can see both in your peripheral vision, and then we're going to pick something small out in front, 6 to 8 inches in front of the ball, that's going to be far easier to line up to than looking clear the fuck out there.
Okay.
Okay? So when we stand right here, you're telling a motherfucker, ooh, save it, save it. So step back, get that ball right dead in between. So when I'm looking out at the center of that manhole, I'm like kind of seeing right over this dark spot, right over the inside.
Yep.
So when you get set up in there, we just want to walk in, relax, get the club face lined up right over that, and then go.
Okay. And
Okay.
Okay.
You have a question?
No, I was just when I'm standing over the ball after picking that spot, what's a good way to make sure I'm still aiming at that spot in front of me? I understand how that's easier.
So you can totally look up at your target. You can look back and forth between the spot, but once you're aligned over the spot, a big key that you're going to be looking at is as I step in here and get myself aligned to it, I want to get all set, ready to go, and the tilt of my spine is what is going to allow me to actually look down the line of the ball.
Okay.
Right? So most people will get set up in here and then they'll raise their head out like this, and that always makes you want to set up here and aim more to the right because it feels more comfortable and everything look fucking wonky. So when you get in here and you feel lined up to this, you want to get the club as square to it as you feel like you possibly can.
To that spot?
To that spot, and then your feet are going to run parallel to a line
that,
running through a ball in that
makes
spot.
sense.
And then we'll go from there. Cool.
So line of the target, standing over, pick the spot. Stand up to the spot, club face even with that, and feet even with that. And then, how's that feel?
Looks good.
Looks good?
Looks good.
Should I go ahead and give it a whack?
Yeah, yeah. Money.
Right down the middle of the fairway.
Right on it. I would have hit the yellow whip if it was still parked there. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Basically, it's the timing of your routine is incredibly important. Like if it gets off by a couple of seconds because an extra thought comes in or something feels uncomfortable, it shifts your whole focus from your normal routine and what you're trying to do. Like, you know, you step into it, you think you're lined up and you're like, oh shit, there's a hazard over there. Like, that's not a good thought, and now your timing is thrown off because nothing about what we did. We acknowledged the hazards and out of bounds, but we were like focused on this is the target, this is where I need to aim. Anything else that comes in throws that timing off.
So analyze all the hazard and stuff pre-shot, so when I'm going up, it doesn't affect my routine of my lineup.
Exactly. So then you line up, and it's all like if you're somebody who generally takes 17 seconds when the moment they step behind the ball, walk into it and hit it, then you do that every fucking time. You're probably gonna hit a bad one. Okay. So it's just like very important that as we get in there, each time that you pop in to hit the ball, like once we decided what you're gonna do, your time, you're just like routine, not gonna talk through it. You can talk through it in your head or talk yourself out loud, but like you're just going routine, line up, get the ball set, go.
Okay.
Okay.
And that lineup that is going to apply to
everything.
Most shots.
Everything. Yep. So you're going to go through your routine. I mean, you're hitting a basic chip shot. You're going to step back there. You're going to pick an intermediate target.
Same thing.
Figure out where the ball needs to land, where you need to aim it, the whole thing. We're going to run through kind of the same checklist almost always. Okay. So we got a short shot here. This is going to play very similar to like a wedge shot or like bump and run, right? A low running one. The flag itself, this motherfucker turning in front of it. The flag itself looks like it's right up against the gutter. So if we get it in the gutter, we're probably a club length away. That would be a 3. That'd be an eagle. That'd be ideal. So the wind is moving hard to the right. Going to affect the ball a lot. Everything's going to funnel into the grate if you hit the ball at the right speed going towards it. So to adjust for the wind, maybe if we just aim right at that straw right in front of the hole there on the left, we can get it to blow right up to the right and roll down. So we want to carry it about to that manhole there, right? Or right in front of it, but in line. We're lining up for the straw.
Okay.
Okay?
So
you can take some practice swings, do whatever you would normally do here to get your feel for what you want, and then lining up will be the last thing. This will be the last part you do. So if you want to do, if you normally will do practice swings, you can do your practice swings, get your feel.
spot. Gonna go even to that. Match the feet.
That'll do.
It worked out.
Worked out. Your alignment was okay. You were lined up a little bit to the left. A little bit to the left. We'll keep an eye on that. Next time we'll talk through what your intermediate target is. Make sure that you're stepping into it right. That was good. And you got a 3.
3.
3. Sick. Yeah, you scoop that up. Grab the hole. We'll take it to the next one. Let this whip come on through. Oh, yeah. Fucking sick. Oh. All right, let's tee off right here. So, short par 4. You got the wind in off the right. Coming at us. It's going to be hard to keep a foam ball down, obviously. Hazards left and right. One thing to keep in mind when we're out here playing is if the ball stays below the height of the roofs, we're going to be able to stay within the same wind pattern that we currently have. It's probably different up above. Same with trees and shit. Like, it can be really different through a wind tunnel of a hole than when your ball gets up above that shit. It could be going totally different directions. So it's kind of a toss-up. It's definitely, we can see that flag up there going hard that way.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, it's definitely into us through here, but probably above buildings, it's going left. So we want to air with way more room out to the right on this one. Keep it as low as we can. The further it goes, the better shot you're going to have into this hole. Anything short's fine. So let's pop in there. Let's go through your routine. Pick your spot. Let me know where you're aiming it. Let me know where you're aiming it so that I can keep an eye on it.
All right. So with that wind factor, probably going to go a little right of the target. You can also see it slanting down there. Mm-hmm. So there's like that crack in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I'm going to go at that.
Okay.
Because you have the wind and the slope.
Okay, so if your ball, though, like if you start your ball there and it gets up in the wind, you hit it solid, it's probably going to carry all the way left of the hole. So you probably want to, because nothing right's going to hurt you as long as you don't hit it way the fuck up through the wind onto the roof. So it's like if we were more aimed to like the white car, whatever that white whip is, the back right tire of it.
Okay.
You're going to maybe land a little bit more towards center or right of the hole, and then it can use the slope to feed in. Because if it lands left of the hole, it's feeding away from the hole. So we want it to feed into it.
So with that wind, be more aggressive in it.
Yeah, so just be a little bit more to the right.
Oh, yeah. Ball move. So right at the tire. Pick my spot in front. There's a perfect crack in the middle of it. Club. Feet. All right. Don't lift the head. Looks good.
Money. Below, good shot.
I feel like that's better because there's no chance to miss left with the wind, so it keeps you in play.
Keeping it below the roof was clutch. It's clutch. This way, they're so confused. So, being that our goal is to be shooting, like scratch golfer shoots under par for the most part. So we need to get used to, like, you should always be at least a shot or two ahead when you're coming up to it. So like there, we left ourselves with a good opportunity here to turn this into a 2 or a 3. And we always need to be thinking, especially when we're just like out practicing and getting used to scoring, we're always trying to make birdie.
Yep.
the birdie. So it's like, where do I get to hit this next shot so that I can make the birdie putt, or like out here it's a chip. But where can I make this the best opportunity? So we want to get a 3 here. You'll get your drop out of the grate. So we can move it on over here. There you go. So like this shot can get away, like obviously it's way more fucked up to the left of the hole than it is to the right of the hole. Everything's gonna move kind of towards the hole as it is to the left. It can definitely get away from you if you go left of the hole. So anything down in that grate, I mean, we watch people miss that shit all the time. Whereas if the ball is left more on this top shelf, maybe even tickling it just a touch short of it, you're automatically gonna get the 3 or the chip in too. Right, for the towel and skin sake. So as you're hitting the shot, there's wind into you, but let's air and make sure that we keep this ball out to the right of the hole.
Okay.
So that we don't end up down there fucked on the left and we get the birdie automatically. Okay?
And I feel like I'm trying to land about halfway again.
You're trying to land about halfway. This shot, you're gonna have far more success, and we'll get into this a little bit more with chipping, but this is a lot like a putt to keep the ball low on the ground. So when I step into this, I'm going to set up to it much closer to it like I would a putter, in just the toe of the club in the ground. So that way all these rocks and all this different shit, when the club's flat, something can catch it, but when the toe is just in, there's only that little bit scuffing the surface. So we can just make a long putting stroke and pick the ball right out of there, send it where we want.
All right, so right of it, and then spot in front. I'm looking at these cracks. Do you think that's too far?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Make sure we get the right pace, and we should be money on that line.
All right. Feet. Putting. A little soft.
A little soft. We didn't quite get that halfway carry, right? But the right line, we'd have been perfect. Let's just go ahead and let's just air. We're gonna go a little bit left. Oop, pop out the way.
Street golf, baby.
Street
golf. Try to run us over.
Let's go ahead and try to make. Ooh.
It's a free drop, right? She hit.
You get to move it right back. All right, this one's probably right edge of the tub, the nest, and just hit it with good pace. Where it'll just go.
Similar
just
shot as last time.
Pretty much the same pace as last time. Yep.
Okay.
Good try. Good try though.
Now
just aimed her slightly right. Oh.
Left.
So this shot, especially on the street course, you're gonna have your most success if that ball's hit hard enough to carry over the light gray shit.
Okay.
Pretty much right into the tub. So you hit this one a lot like a putt, where you get on top of it and you can make a nice controlled stroke. There you go. Yep.
Okay. Same thing. Spot. Missed again. I feel like that was the stroke, though.
That was the right idea. That was a good stroke. That was the right pace. We'll move on to the next. Oh, we are going to pay some bills here real quick. We're on number 7 at Tour Fairways, and I got the Play Well Muni Kids corduroy snapback. This thing is delicious. Hop in and get you one. 1723, Alberta. Okay, so this goes really a lot along with what we just experienced on the last hole we played, where we got a lot of wind into us in the wind tunnel, and it looks like it's going way up to the right. Up above, you can see those American flags way up there. So this could be disastrous, because when the wind is into you, it expands whatever amount of spin you put on the ball, it is going to affect that very greatly.
Like
so you get a
multiply
big
it.
you get a big old hook. Like without wind, it's going to be huge with it, right? Especially with our foam ball. So this is a shot. It's more difficult. It'd be better to keep low on a real golf course, but keep totally on the ground here. This hole's a hole we should make 3. You're not going to be able to pump it out there a long way, so it's all about keeping this shot in play so that you can hit the next one into a good position to make it. Okay, so nothing wrong with just right down the middle, even a little to the right of center. Let's just keep it under the buildings.
Why wouldn't we want to aim left to center? Because if it does get above the buildings, it looks like the wind's going across.
Well, we don't want to get tucked up behind though where you have no angle at the flag.
Oh, yeah.
Because we want to be able, if you end up like tucked over here in the building, then you have the poles, the doorway, those trees, everything to the right. Like it's going to be hard to hit it up on the hazard on the right.
Okay.
Like if you aimed right at that white whip way in the distance on the end of the block, we should be able to, even if you get spinny with it, keep that in play. But that way, nothing impedes you. You have full angle on the hole, and everything filters to it from there. We want to be able to make 2.
All right.
3 would be 3 would be good, but we want to be able to have a crack at 2.
All right. So I'm going to go out that car, pick my spot.
Hey, tried to keep it on the ground. We ended up left anyway.
Still
right.
20 handicap, so
That's all right.
expected.
That's all right. We can reach the hole though now. Still make 2. Set ourselves up for a 3. Shot. Get you on a nice lie. It'd be hard to get the ball really to be too much left of the hole here, but like left of the hole is about the only thing that will fuck you. Like if you get it behind the stairs over there and then you have no angle or pinch on this. If you keep it based off the slope, if you keep it inside that blue whip to the building, everything is going to feed right into the gutter.
So like in the shadow line.
Yeah, if we can keep it, let's just try to keep it just right of the actual shadow line of this building.
Okay, so like maybe the
Right,
street
stop
sign.
Yeah, stop sign there.
All right. And I assume
You're not going to need like a full swing
No.
or nothing. This would be more like, I mean, on course, probably hitting like a 60-yard wedge shot.
Okay.
Right, just a little half swing. We're going to try to keep the spin off it, keep it low.
All right.
You probably just need to carry it at least beyond the curb of this street corner of
All
this
right.
block.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I didn't pick my spot in front of the ball.
Good.
Street sign. Pick the spot. Okay.
Tasty. All the way on top. Fucking tasty.
Our
Shot.
line.
Good work. Way to back off that. Pick your spot. That was good discipline. Make sure to do that every time. If something, a bad thought, something's missing, anything that's not part of the routine, you back off. Don't worry if it slows motherfuckers down. You think it's slowing them down because you hitting a shitty shot and compounding it with another shitty shot. Shooting 90.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to concentrate, that's what's going to take a long time. Just back off it and hit a good one, just like you did. Then we get to just move on.
Cool. Went a little far, but almost hit it. So I gave it a chance.
Not bad. It was really good. You get to bring her up on the curb with your club length.
Somewhere to stay.
Nice. He's gonna stack up and make this. This is dead
That
straight.
putt shot.
This is dead straight.
Boom.
Got it. Good work. Good work.
Is that a par 3 or
That's a
4?
3, so that's a birdie. That's a par 4. That's a par 4, so that was good.
Par
Got an
4.
eagle and a birdie thus far today. Number 2 was a bit of a fuck up, but that's okay. We're doing another hole. Oh, my iPad fucking up. So we got this as a par 3 right here tonight. Let this whip go by. Can you see the hole over here in the corner? Come take over here, take a look. So right on the crevasse there where that curb goes in for the gate, and obviously the fenced area is out of bounds. So I'm gonna be a touch contradictory of what I said earlier.
That's
despite the fact, well, we can't go out of bounds.
That's our
That
hazard
shit's
on
fucked.
the left.
That shit's
You don't
fucked.
want to be too right also.
Obviously the building right is a hazard, and we want to make 2. We want to make 2, but like let's not be foolish and end up making like a 7 or 8 because we're chipping it out of bounds and shit. So this hole is really about like a good low tee shot will give us a look at a 2, but the 2 has to be a shot that you can leave up close next to the hole. It can't be coming from any angle that the ball's going to run into the fence necessarily. So the only spot really is short and right beyond my car. Okay, if we're going to make 2, but if we're going to make 3, that's not bad because this hole's really hard and lots of people are going to make big numbers on it.
Okay.
So wind's hard into us. Let's try to hit a low one and keep it just out to the right of my car. Hopefully it'll feed down with the contour of the road if we do manage to stay on the left side. But we'll have a look at a 2. We won't be making anything more than 3.
Okay.
Okay?
So
You can go from up here.
our ball moved. I also noticed the wind is gusting at us.
Definitely.
So keeping
keeping it low is important. If this thing gets curving left at all and is up in the air,
and then
it's out of bounds.
we're going right of your car.
Like you basically want to just try to shave, not a full swing. You want to just try to shave one right past his knee.
Okay. All right. Let me get my line.
Nice. We were talking about laying up.
So wind caught me before the car, but
Went into the car, free drop. Free drop. Hit my fucking car. Throw that on the tab. Oh, couldn't have got a better spot. Is this it right here on the curb?
yeah.
Oh, you dirty motherfucker. Okay. So, utilizing street rules, you get your full club length. We can actually bring this up on top. And now the slope is moving away from the out of bounds, which is sensational. This couldn't have worked out better. This is the one we made. This is the 2. Okay.
So same idea, slanting left.
Same idea. Let's just hit it. Let's just hit it with pace that it will only get to the hole. It's not going to go beyond it. So if it misses short, it funnels right into that little crack there.
And we're not going long.
We're not going long. So like, let's just dance this line right here. Let's kind of dance it up there, like at the apex of it, where it will be coming.
I see it.
Right about through here with the right pace. It may go in, but we're definitely going to get the 3 if it's moving at the right pace.
Our ball moved, so I'm going to step off. Restart. Got the line.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh,
Perfect.
delicious. Delicious.
And we're a gimme.
All right, it's a gimme. Very good. We got our 3.
There we go.
Good job today, dude.
Thank
You got
you.
any questions about anything? You had a couple good questions while we were out there. It's always good to continue to ask them. We'll move faster the more questions you got.
So do you think it's like up to me to figure out the sort of sequence pre-shot of like checking for wind, for hazards?
No,
and
that's
then
not going to
going
be
into
up
the
to
lineup,
you.
or am I
mean,
just thinking about that, or is it a specific like checklist that
we're
you
just
think
thinking
players
about
do?
it now and getting used to the idea that those are all
Just to
existent.
start
Yep.
incorporating it
Start
into what I'm
incorporating
thinking.
that
Okay.
in. As we start to actually work on your swing, your pre-shot routine is going to be dictated off of what we're working on.
Okay.
And then based off your ball flight trajectories, your typical misses, like that's going to affect how you decide what shot's the best percentage for you and what's going to lead us to where we want to be.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Answers your question?
Yep.
Word. All right. Well, let's go.
Thank you.
Get in on this skins game.
Time to win some skins.
All right, my guy, you got your first lesson done today. How we feeling?
Day one, I'm super excited. I think there was a lot of good energy around day one. We were out at the street course, and honestly, I would give it a A rating. Today, I wrote some notes down over each lesson.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause you. What's that book?
So this is a book given to me by Drew called Advanced Potion Making, but it's the golf edition, only volume number 1. There's going to be lots of these. In order to become scratch, this is serious business, and I'm going to need to jot down and remember everything and study like you would if it was an exam, going into each golf day. So this is going to be a prized possession. Drew and I will be writing in it, and I'll be taking notes in it every day. But we're really excited to get this thing started, and I'd love to share what I learned today and talk about the lesson a little bit.
Okay, how about this? Give me the top 3 most important things you learned today.
Yeah, so the top 3 most important things I learned today was some course management 101, dealing with wind and kind of analyzing the shot before. The second most important thing was an alignment tip. As a 20 handicap, I never really thought, as a classic, like, just aim at the target. Feet should kind of be parallel, but I learned some new techniques, which you'll see in the video, about picking certain spots and picking a spot in front of you, and it helped out tremendously in the Urban Golf Street round tonight. And then the third thing I would say is to just take your time. You need to think about things a lot in order to get good at golf and be fully relaxed, and taking the time to analyze a shot makes a huge difference than when you're rushing or you're worried about the people around you or you're frustrated. Like, just take your time, think about it, and it's already done tremendous things in day one for me.
Well, I like where you're at, my boy. I saw a lot of good stuff out there today, working the camera. I can't wait to see you get to scratch, bro, in 6 months. That's the goal.
We're going to do it. Day
We're gonna
one,
get you
July
there.
11th. We're going to fucking do it. January 11th. We're going to be there.
Let's do it. What's cracking, my boy?
Yo, how we living?
Good. How was Luke's first lesson? What was your perspective, fam?
Dude, it was good. It was good. I feel like it was a success. I mean, we went over some things that were a little bit ahead of where his game currently is, but we got to get him thinking in the right perspective. I think he's the perfect person that'll pull this off. I like definitely think that we're gonna do it.
You think you can get to scratch in 6 months?
Oh God.
Okay. Well, so what's the next step then, fam? Like, we gotta get him on the range. What course?
We're gonna get him on the range. We're gonna hit him with a range lesson next. Get his setup dialed in and start to talk about the dynamics of his backswing and how that relates to the transition and like natural biomechanics to just make the downswing happen properly. And then we're gonna hammer in heavy on the short game on a lesson there. Give him lots of drills, lots to work on that, where like a majority of his practice is going to be put into his short game, because you can really only hit the ball so good, and like percentage wise the scratch golfer don't really hit the ball that great. Like if you really break it down, you don't got to hit that many greens, you don't got to you just got to keep the ball in play. So
what do you give today? We'll like grade it.
Grade it?
Like grade Luke. How he intook the information, like how he put it into play. Like give him an overall grade.
I mean, I give him an A on in taking the information. I mean, his execution was what I would expect, I guess, like from not even touching on how he hits the ball or like manipulating how he lined up into any of the shots other than giving him the information. So it's like with what he took, he certainly did well there. It didn't translate as tightly onto the street course in the skins game, but he did hit a lot of good shots there.
Okay. Word. Well,
I
look forward to seeing where we get him next.
Oh, it's gonna be nice.
Go enjoy your drinks.
I'm looking forward to it.
Drinks.
Tell me to watch it, you gotta hit the block quick, yeah. And now we trying to make the black rich. No wasting time, I'm not trying to watch the clock tick. I'm shooting with 23 seconds left. Homie pack a 30, he calling that bitch Steph. They fighting through the screens and that shit don't move me.